Baalbek, which is located in Lebanon, and I had the great privilege of going there in September of last year, exactly 1 month before things kicked off in Israel.
Baalbek has challenged conventional archaeology for centuries, not because of myth or legend, but because of scale, precision, and unanswered engineering questions. In the Beqi Valley of present-day Lebanon, massive stone structures rise from the landscape with a confidence that still unsettles modern engineers. The central mystery has never been whether Baalbek was important, but how its foundations were created and why they were built the way they were. Of years.
Baalbek, as we know from the archaeological evidence, must have existed during the Neolithic period.
The site is dominated by the remains of the Roman Temple of Jupiter, one of the largest religious structures ever constructed. Its columns and platforms are impressive even by Roman standards. But beneath the Roman architecture lies something far more difficult to explain. At the base of the temple sits a platform formed from stone blocks of a size that borders on the unimaginable. 3 of these blocks, known as the trilithon, each measure roughly 22 meters in length and weigh close to 1,000 tons apiece.
Each of these 3 blocks weighs 900 tons.
Even today, lifting and placing stones of that mass would push modern cranes to their limits. For generations, historians assumed the Romans had solved the problem through ingenuity and manpower. Yet the Romans themselves left no records explaining how such stones were quarried, transported, or positioned with such extreme accuracy. More importantly, archaeological evidence suggests the Romans inherited the platform rather than built it. The deeper researchers looked, the clearer it became that Baalbek's foundations predate Roman occupation by a significant margin. Recent restoration work at the temple forced archaeologists to confront that reality directly. While stabilizing a damaged section near the inner sanctuary, workers uncovered an opening beneath the floor that did not appear on any known architectural plans. Clearing the debris revealed a sealed corridor hidden below the temple surface. Its construction immediately stood out. The stone blocks were fitted with such precision that no mortar was visible, and the surfaces appeared unusually smooth, almost polished. As specialists documented the passage, it became clear that this corridor did not match Roman, Greek, or Phoenician building techniques. Carvings along the walls followed geometric patterns rather than recognizable scripts. Some researchers suggested symbolic decoration, while others believed the markings followed mathematical logic. Ground-penetrating radar soon revealed something even more significant. A large, symmetrical void directly beneath the temple, aligned perfectly with the structure above it. At that point, the excavation was no longer routine. Access to the site was restricted, and official explanations focused on safety concerns. Unofficially, it was clear that the findings had introduced serious structural and historical questions. Radiocarbon testing of organic material trapped beneath the foundation returned the dates thousands of years older than the Roman period. Repeated tests confirmed the result. Human activity at Baalbek clearly predated Rome. As excavations continued, the contrast between construction phases became unmistakable. The upper layers showed classic Roman tool marks, sharp and regular, consistent with iron chisels. The stones beneath them were entirely different. Their surfaces appeared smooth and fused, as if shaped by pressure or heat rather than repeated hammer strikes. Under magnification, the limestone showed signs of vitrification, a glass-like texture that no known ancient stoneworking method should produce. Then came the discovery of human remains in the quarry layer. The skeletons were not arranged in ceremonial burials. They were scattered, twisted among broken stone and abandoned tools. Stone mallets, copper chisels, and measuring implements lay where they had fallen. The scene suggested a sudden catastrophe that had trapped workers in place without warning. Forensic analysis revealed extensive stress injuries consistent with long-term heavy labor. Yet one skeleton presented something unprecedented. A small iron implant embedded in the skull, fused cleanly to the bone. The precision of the insertion defied known medical practices of the era suggested by the surrounding material. Carbon dating placed the remains thousands of years earlier than any civilization traditionally associated with the region. DNA analysis deepened the mystery further. The genetic markers did not clearly align with known ancient populations from the Levant or neighboring regions. The data suggested an isolated group whose lineage did not persist into recorded history. Whoever these people were, they did not leave descendants easily traced through modern populations. Attention then returned to the stones themselves. Geological testing revealed anomalies that could not be ignored. Portions of the limestone showed signs of extreme heat exposure, as if briefly melted and then cooled. Some blocks exhibited faint magnetic properties. Instruments behaved erratically around them. Compasses drifted, and the metal fragments reacted subtly when placed near the stone. Even more unsettling was what acoustic testing revealed. When sound waves were transmitted through the foundation, the stones responded with a deep, rhythmic resonance. Multiple blocks vibrated in harmony, producing a low hum that suggested structural tuning rather than random material behavior. Engineers noted that over spans exceeding 20 meters, the surfaces remained flat within fractions of a millimeter, a level of precision that would challenge modern machining. These findings led to a controversial hypothesis. The foundation stones were not merely structural, they appeared to function as components of a larger system. Scans confirmed the presence of a sealed chamber beneath the temple floor, carved directly into bedrock and lined with embedded metallic fixtures arranged in precise geometric patterns. Measurements indicated repeating electromagnetic pulses synchronized across the chamber. When fluctuations in the Earth's magnetic field occurred, the chamber responded. The system appeared to absorb and redistribute energy, stabilizing the ground above it. This offered a potential explanation for Baalbek's survival in a seismically active region for thousands of years. The platform may not have been built simply to support a temple, but to manage geological stress itself. During testing, the system briefly destabilized. Instruments failed. A low vibration passed through the ground, strong enough to be felt above the surface. It lasted only seconds, but it forced an immediate halt to further intrusion. The implication was sobering. The structure beneath Baalbek was not inert. It had been functioning quietly for millennia. What followed was silence. Excavation slowed, then stopped. The official position emphasized preservation and caution. Privately, researchers acknowledged that Baalbek no longer fit within established historical timelines. The Romans did not build its foundation, they inherited it, and the civilization responsible possessed engineering knowledge that has left no other clear record. Baalbek remains standing, but its story is no longer confined to religion or empire. It raises deeper questions about forgotten chapters of human history, about technologies lost before writing preserved them, and about how much of the ancient world remains misunderstood. The stones have not moved, but what we think we know about them has shifted permanently.